What's going on, guys? My name is Nick. This is NinjaDairy Comics, and I wanted to do something kind of cool today. I wanted to come to you guys and talk about mystery boxes. So I kind of wanted to just hang out, have a good time, talk a little bit of comics. I've been ordering comics online for like the last month or so, and I didn't realize that I ordered quite a few mystery boxes, and from different companies, different guys putting out mystery boxes, stuff like that. So I just thought it would be kind of a cool idea just to kick back, show off some cool comics, and maybe kind of just go over some of the different mystery boxes out there, and you know, what they're about and the value and stuff like that, and see if they're really worth the price tag and all that good stuff, you know, that comes along with mystery boxes. So what I got here is we have a stack from Comics Elite Comics. They put on a box with Bill over at EconomicCon. It's called the Truth Box. This is box number 1. At the time of filming this, I think they put out box 2 already, and they're working on a box 3 as well. But if you can kind of see here in this designated lane, we got some Lady Death Store exclusives and different things, some Emerald City Comic Con exclusives in there. This isn't really a mystery box, but I had just ordered some stuff when Billy was doing that EconomicCon online with Brian Polito over at Coffin Comics, and I got some really fire stuff in there, so I just thought I'd show that off at the same time, but they're not really in the discussion of the mystery boxes. And then we also got That Spiderman booth. I don't know if I said that or not yet, but we got That Spiderman Booth Boxes. We got Comics Elite Comics, the Truth Boxes. We got some Lady Death awesomeness, and we got Comic Tom 101 for the month of March, I believe. Like the Truth Boxes. The first round I think was only 100 boxes, and once it was sold out, it was sold out. So they did some grand prizes and some other stuff too. They're doing like statues and different stuff. I didn't win any of the statues or any of the other slabs or other prizes, but still, I was really impressed with the box, man. It was super awesome. But I would like to know, if somebody knows, comment down below. Let me know, can you order multiple mystery mail calls, or can you only get one per household, or how does that work? All right, so the first up in box 1 from Comics Elite Comics, we got this, probably just leave it here, it'll probably be better, but we got this Conan the Barbarian variant. I think this was limited to 3,000. It's a pretty cool comic. It's got the trade dress on there. So what they're saying in these boxes is you get 3 trade dress, 2 virgins, and 1 signed comic. I think they mixed that up on box 2 or box 3, but this is how it was for box 1. So this Conan, they have some on there listed from like 12 to 20. I think the highest one being like $25, but actual sold comps on this guy was like $10 to $12 range. If you go to comicselitecomics.com and try to buy this straight off their site, they have it listed for 15 bucks. So first comic, there you go. That Spider-Man booth, we got a Ninja Scroll number 1. I couldn't really find anything on this one. I searched eBay. I think I seen one like bundled up with, I think there's a 1 in 10 variant that goes along with this one, but they were like $1 or something. So a lot of people have problems with some of the mystery boxes, is because they'll have a couple good books in there, and then they'll have some garbage books in there that are like $1. This would probably be an example of that, because there's no demand for it. I couldn't see any solds on it, and based off the pricing that I saw, this is like $1 book. So book 1, estimated actual sold comps on eBay right now, $10 to $12, $1. So moving on, just for some sick fire. This was the Lady Death. This is Hell Raiders number 1. I think the Bombshell edition. Yeah, dude, I don't know who did that cover, but sick. This one's signed by Brian Polito as well. And then over here on our Comic Tom box, we got Alpha Flight number 2. One thing I will give the mystery mail call, his older books, he has a lot of older books in there. They're always minty, dude. They're so nice. Like, I don't know if he picks these out specifically for that, or if I just happen to get lucky and get really nice copies, but almost every one of these is like almost a near mint. And that's pretty cool about that. But regardless, this one I think is only like a $5 book if you look up sold comps today. This is like a $5 book. All right, let's go book number 2. So book number 2 from Comics Elite, we have Deceased number 6. This is part 6 of 6. This one right here, this one was also limited to 3,000 copies. Listed right now on eBay, these things range from $10 to $18, I think, actually listed. If you go to comicselite.com and try to purchase this, I think it's about 12 bucks. And some of the solds on this, the actual sold comps, were like around $15. So another pretty solid book, around $15 range. Book 2 up, That Spiderman Booth, we have Batman number 50. I believe this is an Unknown Comics variant. I couldn't really find any listings on that one. There's a lot of variants and different exclusive covers and stuff for Batman issue 50, but I couldn't find any listed. But there was, I think I found one that had sold within the last month or so for about $18. All right, so next up on the Ladies Desk Store stuff that I got, this is one of the free ones that they threw in if you were following Billy's channel and you put in his code at checkout. They were gonna send you some free books. This one is called Last Rites #1 Premium Edition, and it's super fire, man. This is a really cool book. Billy kind of turned me on to the whole Lady Death, Coffin Comics, and Brian Pulido stuff, and I'm really excited to kind of dive down that rabbit hole and figure out more, because their books are fire, man. They're super awesome. So with the Comic Tom, with the mystery mail call, you always get these prints in there. I kind of want to just show these to you guys so you see what came in the box for March. But I didn't really evaluate these because, I mean, I don't really think there's going to be a market for these, so to speak. Maybe one day. I have a bunch of them. I got, you know, I got the Joker. What's up, Joker? I got the Absolute Carnage one. I got the Knoll one. I don't know if you guys can see that over there. I got the Baby Yoda one. I got the Spider, what is that, the 0 or the 2099 Spider variant, Kevin Elslinger art. Super dope, dude. I actually like them. I know a lot of people hate on the art prints because, you know, they say I collect comics, I don't collect art. Well, I collect art too. I mean, that's one reason why the Lady Death stuff is fire, because the art is sick. I mean, art's awesome, man. So I like that. But anyways, book number 2 for the mystery mail call is gonna be Infinity Warps. Infinity Warps. That's my book number 2 out of the mystery mail call. So like I said earlier, a lot of people say there's, in some of the mystery boxes, there's some good books and there's some garbage books. Well, this would be one of the books I would consider a garbage book. Now for me, I'm just getting back into collecting. I like reading all kinds of books. I like the variety. You know what I mean? Give me a book, let me read it, let me check it out. Maybe it's not worth a lot. You know what I mean? I still kind of like a variety of stuff because it kind of turns you on to stuff that you wouldn't have picked up on your own, or maybe you wouldn't have, you know, found out about a certain series or something if you didn't try it out. So I don't mind the variety, but if you're one of those guys, especially if you're just speculating, you're trying to flip these boxes, trying to make money, this book, there was no sold comps whatsoever on it that I could find, at least any recent sold comps, and there was a couple listed for like $1 or $2. So that's one of those books. All right, guys, so book number 3 for the Elite Comics, the Truth Box. We got the Lethal Protectors variant cover from Elite Comics. I think this one was limited to 3,000 copies as well. And if you go straight to their store and try to pick this up right now, you're gonna spend about 15 bucks. I seen only one, I think, listed right now today for like $22. And then the sold comps, the recent sold comps on it was like 15, 17, and 18. So 3 of these have sold like in the last couple months, all in that range. So I think that's a fair evaluation, like around $15 for that one. Okay, book number 3 for That Spider-Man Booth Box #1 is The Return of Wolverine. So on this particular, because this is the trade dress, right? Yeah. So if you got the Virgin, obviously, you know, most Virgins are a little bit more expensive. There was like 4 or 5 listed, all for like $10, $14, $15, $10 to $15 on this one. There was one sold comp for like 11 bucks. So their evaluation of $15 on here, it's pretty close. But like I said, if you want to go off of what it actually sold for recently, about 11 bucks on this guy. And the next book up from the Lady Death store is some fire. So this is the Scorched Earth #1, and this is the Naughty edition. Fire. Do you understand why I wanted to include these books in this get up that we're doing today? Fire. Don't know who the artist is on this one either. Not familiar with all the artists yet, guys. Still learning, still loving, all that good stuff, but sick, dude. Sick. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. Awesome. And then also going on to the mystery mail call with the print, we got this Alex Ross like bookmark thing that came in there, and there's this little print by Piper. Yeah, at Artist Piper on Instagram. Check them out, dude. It's actually a pretty dope print. I like these too. I've been collecting these from every box, and I'm gonna try to put something together with these. Try to make something really cool out of those or something. Book 3 from Mystery Mail Call. This is Superman. What is it? It's Action Comics 582. Action Comics 582. Again, this is a super minty book, really good condition, but even at that fact, I think it's like a $5 book. Bottom line, sold comps like $5 to $7, I think I've seen solds, and there was a couple on there listed for around the same range, $5 to $10. But this is like another $5 book. I did also see though, I went back and just double checked it because I wasn't sure. There was one that sold for $2. So I think there was 2 sold comps on this one. One was for $7, one was for $2. All right, so that was our 3 trade dresses for that one. So our next one up, this is gonna be our book number 4 for the box 1, Comics Elite Comics. This is a Vampirella #1. This is done by Bill McKay. It's pretty sick. Digging that one. This is gonna be one of your 1 virgin covers. And it has like the little certificate on the back. This one's not signed, but it still comes with a certificate because I think these ones were limited to like 400. Yeah, it says there was 500 virgin copies printed of this cover. 100 of the lowest grade copies were destroyed, and only 400 were put into circulation. And this one states on here, this is 352 of 400. So very low print run on this one. So that's pretty cool. If you guys go straight over to their website, you can pick this one up for about 15 bucks. There was 4 or 5 different sold comps on this one recently. They range anywhere from like $7 all the way up to $20. So average in there is probably, their evaluation of $15 is probably pretty good on that one. Next up, we're gonna take this one down. So the next one in the That Spiderman booth, we got the New Adventures Ultron Forever issue #1. That's book number 4 in That Spider-Man booth. So going back to, you know, I hate to keep calling them garbage books, man, because it just sounds jacked up. But this one, basically, I couldn't find any sold comps on it. And I think it was, there was like 2 or 3 listed for like $1 or $2. So I'm gonna leave that there for you. So next up that I got, oh man, this one's fire. This is Sworn #1, Naughty Horns edition. So this was limited to 300 copies. This is issue 207 of 300. And if I'm not mistaken, that's Don Mateg. Sick, dude, super sick. I love that cover. It's probably one of my favorite covers. There's more fire down here at the bottom of this stack, but that's probably one of my favorites, man. It's pretty sick, dude. Loving it. Anyways, moving on. Okay, so next up for the mystery mail call, we have Tales of Teen Titan. This is issue 57. Again, super minty, man. I almost feel like he presses all of his books or something before he sends them out, dude. They look super, super crispy. I love that. Super awesome. But again, this issue, if you look it up on eBay, sold comps about $2. And there was 5 or 6 listed anywhere from like $1 to like $6. But if you're going off sold comps, last one sold recently, about $2. What's going on, guys? Sorry to interrupt that video, switching to the next video, whatever. My phone, the memory was like full on my phone or whatever in the middle of that. So then I got caught up with work. Anyways, let's just dive right back into it. I noticed too that it was kind of dark on those covers. Hopefully it's not too dark for that first half of the video. I try to put some light in the front there, so hopefully that'll make it a little bit better. But hey, we gotta do what we gotta do around here. All right, so let's get back into it. I think we were right here. This Bill McKay, Fire, Vampirella, right? So we're gonna throw that guy out. Next up for book 5 for Elite Comics Elite, we got this Hulk. I think this is Immortal Hulk issue 20. This was limited to, I think, 1,000 copies because this was the Virgin Perillo. And I know on their website, this one right now, if you want to go pick it up, it's about 30 bucks. There was 3 or 4 listed on eBay for about 30 bucks as well. So bottom line, if you want to buy this, it's 30 bucks. But recent sold comps range from like $12 all the way to $32. But like I said, if you want to buy it right now, it's going to be 30 bucks. Book number 5 from That Spiderman Booth. It's going to be this this Fathom issue number 1. I think that's Mike DeBalfo. I believe this is a Planet Awesome exclusive, limited 200 copies. That's pretty awesome. This is definitely my favorite book from this box. So the only sold comp I could find on this one was for $30. So they evaluated at 20, but this one I'm actually gonna value at 30 because it's fire sick and the recent comp was 30. So there you go, super sick, 30 bucks. Love this cover, Mike DeBalfo, sick. Oh man, Don Mateg, man. So next up from that Lady Death store, Coffin Comics, man. This is that Richard Ortiz, so sick, dude. Richard Ortiz premium foil edition, signed by Brian Pulido with, of course, the COA on the back. Digging this book, man. They had a couple different like color schemes, like colorways, you know, for this cover. There was a couple different ones that I tried to get, but man, they just sold out super quick. But this one is sick, super happy to have it. And it's just super dope, man. You gotta see it in person, but it is awesome. I mean, just take a look at that for a minute, man. Just don't even pay attention to me. Just look at that book for a minute. Look at both of these books for a minute. Sick. So for our mystery mail call, going to book number 5 in our mystery mail call. Book number 5 is this Spider-Man and the Power Pack. No issue number or nothing. This one is different because this is like sponsored by the International Association of Direct Distributors and your local comic retailer. This is probably one of those books they gave away or something. It says free over here on the side. Pretty minty book, man. Like I said, most of these books that come from the mystery mail call are super minty. This is no exception to that. Super awesome. But again, listed comps are from anywhere from like $2 to $6. Actual sold comps even less than that, $1, $2, somewhere in that range. All of them were less than $5. So, okay, so moving on, we're gonna take this Hulk down from Comics Elite Comics. Our book number 6 in our Comics Elite Comics box 1 is going to be this Wonder Woman 750. This is signed by Nathan Zerdy with the super awesome COA on the back. I love their like verified or their authentic like stickers. They put them on the card and on the flap to ensure that this card goes with this Mylar bag. It's super nice, dude. I just love the quality of it, love the bag, love the feel of it. It's top notch, man. I love the books from Comics Elite Comics, man. They're really done well. They're super nice, and this cover is super sick. I couldn't see any solds on this. the signed version, the regular just trade dress with no signature, I think they were selling sold comps on eBay like around 20. If you go to their website, because this one was limited to 1,000 because it's signed. I think the same book non-signed was 3,000 print run. But if you try to go to this to Comics Elite Comics website, it's not on there. I think they sold out unless I just missed it or something, but I couldn't find any pricing there because it's not there for sale. The only one I did find on eBay was listed, but not sold, but it was listed for 75 bones. So curious to see if that sells, because if so, this might be going on eBay. But I think for the sake of this video, I put an evaluation of 30 on that book, just to kind of be fair, even though I think it probably is worth a little bit more than that, but no sold comp. So I thought 30 was pretty fair. Going with That Spiderman Booth, they don't have a book 6. I'll just leave this here because it's super sick to stare at while I'm jabbering my jaws, but no book 6 for That Spiderman Booth. So only 5 books in that box. Moving over to LadyDeathStore.com. We got this super fire sick Damnation Game #1 premium edition, blue and gold. I don't know who did the cover on this, but it's sick. I like how the sketch in her hands and her hair and some of the little details are still like raw sketched out, not like fine tuned. It's super awesome. Sick. Love it. I mean, come on, dude. I feel like Coffin Comics, Brian Polito, they're gonna take all my money. I feel it. Moving on to the mystery mail call, we have the Comic Tom exclusive for the month of March. This is Spider-Woman, super sick book, love it. This is probably, if you guys are using the mystery mail call for speculation or flipping, this is probably gonna be the book you're gonna do it on. Thor did really well, Wolverine did really well. This one sold comps are from like 20 to 40 bucks. I think there's 2 listed right now, one for 30, one for like 35, but I think one of them was auction, so it hasn't ended yet. But key I've noticed to these is if you're gonna flip them, you need to put it up as soon as you get it in the mail. The day you get it in the mail, put it on eBay, auction it up, let it ride. You're gonna get the most that you can out of it. If you wait a month, 2 months down the road, the hype is gonna die around the book. Comic Tom, you know, Tom over there, those guys, they're not talking about it anymore. They're talking about the next month's book. So it's gonna lose interest, it's gonna lose hype. And when you're doing an auction-based listing, hype is your friend, okay? We'll talk about that a little bit later in the video, but if you're not timing these right, auction is not gonna be your friend. Auction is only your friend if you hit the timing just right. And I know some people are doing pre-sales to kind of jump the gun there, which I've seen some pre-sales get really, really high rate or a high ending auction, the most for the comic. But just be careful with that, with everything, you know, Rona out there rolling around. We don't know if Tom's gonna be able to get these out on time every month. Hopefully he does, fingers crossed. Hopefully everyone can get back to normal, but just be careful. If you're doing pre-orders, you might get burned and sell something that you don't have or you're not gonna be able to get. All right, so that was box 1 for everybody. Like I said before on the mystery mail call, only got 1 box for that. I would really like to know if you could order multiple boxes, but for now, only 1 box on that one. I got 4 boxes of each of the Comics Elite Comics, the Truth box with Billy and that Spider-Man Booth. So we're gonna keep rolling with these, and we still have some more fire from that LadyDeathStore.com. All right, guys, so book number 1 in box 2 from Comics Elite Comics. This is Deja Thoris. This one I think was limited to 500 copies. If you go over to their website right now, still available for 20 bucks. However, I believe the sold comps on eBay were only like $5 on this one. Not a lot of hype behind it. It's a really low print run book, so I would think it would be a little bit worth a little bit more. But like I said, hype is everything, you know? So not a lot of people looking for this book, price goes down. So I think there was a couple listed on eBay for like around the $5 range and a couple sold comps for 5 bucks. So we evaluated this one at $5, even though it's for sale on their store at 20. I'm gonna go ahead and just take this whole box out and toss that aside. All right, so book 1 is gonna be this Captain America, The Bloodstone Hunt, part 6 of 6. This one, there was only 2 sold comps that I could find. One was for a penny and one was for $1. There's your evaluation. But in all seriousness, I think there was one listed right now for $5, but sold comps, this is $1 or a penny book, depending on when you bought it, I guess. Moving over to thatladydeathstore.com. This was their Emerald Death Widow. This was kind of one of the exclusive books that was going to be sold at the Emerald City Comic-Con. Super sick. Love the book. Love the green, the emerald in it. It's just a sick cover, dude. What can I say? I mean, it's not one of the, you know, really nice books like some of the other ones I got. It doesn't pop as much, but I love the green in it, the detail in the back. I don't know. Some people were hating on this cover, and you could tell it was a lot cheaper. This one was only 25 bucks, a lot cheaper than the other books, but I really liked it, man. I thought it was a cool book, so went ahead and picked one up. There she is. All right, so book 2 from Comics Elite Comics and Billy Boy is this Edge of Venomverse. This one was limited to 3,000 print run. You can go to Comics Elite Comics right now, $15 price tag. However, listed on eBay, they're like $25 and $30 listed for this one. So actually almost double from Comics Elite website. And I think one was listed for 30 and actual one sold comp for like 26. So that's really good. So this book is actually going for more than Comics Elite's website, which is always a plus. Okay, so book 2 up from That Spiderman Booth. This is Captain Marvel issue number 12, that variant edition. I believe this is an Unknown Comics variant. This one, there was a couple listed on eBay from like $17 to $20, but actual sold comps ranged all the way from $5 all the way up to $20. So the $15 evaluation is probably pretty fair. It's somewhere in that ballpark, but you know, people list stuff when they don't know what they're doing with auctions and stuff like that. So you can get some of these books a lot cheaper, but I feel like their $15 evaluation on that is pretty close. But I saw a couple sold comps for as low as $5 on that one. Now moving over to thatladydeathstore.com, I also was able to pick up another Emerald Death Widow edition, and this one is signed with the COA. Brian Polito, he signed it in that gold marker right up here. Sick. I actually wanted him to sign this one too, but they had a lot of stuff going on that day, and I was just trying to hurry up and check out, and I didn't get the right thing. Whoop whoop, whatever. This one got signed, super sick. Love it. Okay, so book number 3 coming up for Comics Elite Comics is going to be this Immortal Hulk 19. I believe that's Mike Deodato. This was also limited to 3,000 copies, which is kind of cool about all the Comics Elite comics that you're getting in their mystery boxes. Almost everything's limited to like 3,000 or less. I don't think I've seen any print runs over 3,000. Some are 1,000, some as low as 400 or 500. And I think some even lower than that, but most of them are around 3,000 to 1,000 print runs, but super cool. This one right here, I think is $13 on comicselitecomics.com, still available. There was none listed on eBay, and there was 2 sold comps, one for 10, one for 12. So $13, $10 to $13 isn't a fair evaluation of that book. Moving on to book number 3 for That Spiderman Booth, we got The Thing and the Human Torch. Looks like it's issue 1, first print. Again, on this one, not a lot of comps to go off of. There was one listed for $3 right now currently, and there was one that sold recently for $6. There you go. LadyDeathStore.com. La Muerta, Last Rites, number 1. This was, if you are a sicko, you know what I'm talking about. But if you were, you got a special code when you checked out for the Coffin EconomicCon online, and they would give you a free book with each order. And this was one of the free books that I got. I think I already showed one of the other free books I got from yesterday's part of this video, but this is one of the other ones. Super sick book, super sick cover, love it, and it was free, so can't beat that. All right guys, so moving on to book number 4. Yeah, let's get book 4, Comics Elite Comics. This is that, what is it, the Dark Tales of the Multiverse. It's the, oh dude, it's the one with the Wonder Woman. I think it's like the first ever cover of like a tatted up Wonder Woman. It's a sick cover, dude. They had some other variations of this. I remember when this came out and Billy had like a code for it on his channel over at Economics and Comics, but super sick cover, man. I think this one is like $30 over on their website. If you go hit them up on comicselitecomics.com, you can pick that up for $30. There was no sold comps on eBay, none at all that I could find, recent ones. And there was like 4 or 5 listed anywhere from like 25 all the way up to 50 bucks. So there you go. So we got book 4 coming up for that Spider-Man booth. This is X-Force, what is it? X-Force 2? Yeah, X-Force 2. I think this is an Unknown Comics. I can't remember on this one, honestly. Yeah, this is actually an Unknown Comics and Comics Elite together exclusive. There was 2 or 3 listed from $10 to $15. Do they have an evaluation? Yeah, 15. So there was 2 listed. One was listed for 10, one was listed for like 15. Sold comps were from as low as $5 all the way up to $15. So depending, again, timing right, you can get this a little bit less. I say $10 to $15 is probably a fair evaluation on that guy. I only got 2 Lady Deathstorm comics left, so I'm gonna run through a couple more of these before I switch that guy out. So book number 5 from Comics Elite Comics is gonna be this Ryan Brown. I think this is a Marvel 1000. Remember guys, when that Marvel 1000 came out, they had a ton of covers on it. I think this is a Comics Elite exclusive for Marvel 1000, and I believe that was Ryan Brown that did the cover on that guy. If you go over to their website, I think you can pick this up for 30 bucks. I couldn't really find any sold comps on this one because this is the Virgin. There was like a trade dress of this that sold, I think, for like 10 bucks, but there wasn't really any hype around it. I would say if you were gonna throw that up on eBay, probably like $15 to $20. I know they have an evaluation of 30, but I don't think there was a lot of hype around this book. And especially right now, that might be the only downfall to picking up some of these mystery boxes from Comics Elite, is because a lot of these books have been out for a while, so there's not a lot of hype around them. I feel they still have really good value and they're super sick books, but you guys have to pay attention to how you're listing them on eBay. And I'll talk about that with the next book on this one a little bit more. So book 5 coming up for that Spider-Man booth. I think this is an Unknown and Comics Elite Comics variant as well, or exclusive I should say. Yeah, it is. So this is House of X, and this is actually a wraparound cover. It goes around to the back, and this was a 4th printing. It's a really nice book. I like that a lot. And this one actually had sold comps where they have 20 on it. That's about game right there, because there was a sold comps anywhere from $15 to like $22, and there was a couple listed for around the $20 range. So I would say 20 bucks on that one is a fair evaluation. All right, let's hop over to book number 6 from Comics Elite Comics. This is gonna be that Detective Comics issue 1000, Don Mateig. Signed, COA on the back, extra minty, the thick book with the Mylar. I just love it, man. Signatures in a good place with that red sig. Love this book, dude, super cool. So I think this one was limited to 1,000 or 3,000. I wonder if it says, I know some of them were numbered, but yeah, this one doesn't have a number on it, but I think they were limited to 1,000. This one was a little bit difficult for me because I couldn't really find any sold comps on it. And I think on their website, they did have one listed for 30, but I'm not sure if it was just the regular trade dress or if it was the one with the signature. I can't remember off the top of my head. If you guys are interested, you might want to go check out Comics and see if they still have that one. But this one was hard because the sold comps were really low. So this is why I said I would talk about it later in the video. If you're gonna put stuff up on eBay for auction, make sure there's hype around it. Thus, the exclusive from the mystery mail call. Comic Tom hypes this up really, really well and talks about it. And I don't mean hype it up like in a bad way. I just mean he's talking about it so people are interested in it and they know it's out there. They know it's about to drop. They want to get their hands on it. They didn't subscribe to the mail call, so they'll hit eBay. And that's why the auctions end up going way up. Somebody bought this, and it could have been from one of these mystery boxes because I'm way behind. But somebody bought this, they threw it up on eBay, started a $1 auction, and nobody bid on it, and they sold this exact book for 99 cents. So I don't really think that's a fair evaluation of this book. You guys just have to understand, if you're new to eBay, you're not sure how to do that, because I list books at 99 cents all the time. And a lot of people are afraid of auctions for that reason, but you just gotta make sure the hype's there, man. If it's really hyped up and people are looking for that book and they're you know, like Batman 89s and the whole Punchline stuff, when that was coming out, those things were going crazy because everybody wanted it. This book came out a long time ago. If you put this on Buy It Now on eBay for 50 bucks, it'll sell. It might take 2 months, it might take 6 months, it might take a year, but I guarantee you it'll probably sell. Don't list stuff that's 5, 6, 7, 8 months old just because it's a really sick book for 99 cents and expect there to be a bidding war and rocket up the price, right? So that's that one. Again, book number 6 for That Spiderman Booth, we're out. Only 5 books, so that was a freebie. All right, guys, let's dive into box number 3. So book 1, coming out of Comics Elite, we got another Conan the Barbarian. I'm pretty sure from last night's video, that was in one of the boxes. So one thing I will say is a plus right off the bat for Spider-Man Booth is I ordered 4 boxes, and thus far, just by scanning through these, and I've gotten these before, you're not really gonna get duplicates. I don't know how many boxes you would have to order before you finally started getting duplicates, or if you even would, but there's duplicates in the Comics Elite Comics box. So I've already gotten this one in the first box, which if you're just flipping these and speculating on them, trying to sell them on eBay, Instagram, Facebook, that doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter if you have 5 of the same book, you could sell all 5 of them. If you're doing this as from a collector standpoint, just be aware of that. I think they've guaranteed if you buy only 2 boxes, there won't be any duplicates, but after you go over 2 boxes, they can't guarantee there will be no duplicates. So I'm not gonna talk about the price and stuff on that one for the sake of this video not being 5 hours long. We already had that one in there. So book 1 from That Spider-Man Booth is Batman and the Signal, issue number 3. There was nothing listed on that one, and sold comps were like $3 to $6. There you go. Book 2 from Comics Elite Comics was another Deceased, number 6. Super sick, but again, we've already got that one, so I won't go over pricing. Book 2 is going to be Bloodshot number 1. I think this was an Unknown Comics variant as well. No, this was a Planet Awesome exclusive. Bloodshot number 1. Cool looking book. There was 2 or 3 listed for like $5 to $10, and there was 1 sold comp for $8 on that one. Book number 3 in our 3rd box is going to be another Deja Thoris. This was the one that was limited to 500. There you go. Starting to get into a lot of duplicates from that box. This is Nightwing and Magilla Gorilla number 1. I don't think I've ever heard of that, but cool looking cover. On this one, there was no sold comps there was none listed, but on the sold comps, they're from like $1 to $2 range. So another $1 book from this box. Moving on to book number 4, we got another Tales from the Dark Multiverse, which I'm super sick to have duplicates of that one, because, I mean, come on, man. Tatwoman. Wonder Woman tatted up on the cover. Sick. Love that. So book 4, here we got Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 4. This is an Unknown Comics variant, pretty sure. Yeah, this one for sure was an Unknown Comics variant. They got a $15 price tag on this one. None listed on eBay, and sold comps from like $2 to $8. So $15, I would say more like $5 on that one. I seen some as low as $2 on that guy. Moving right along here, we got book number 5. We got another one of those Virgin Perillos. Super sick. Again, into the duplicates, but still super sick. And I'm gonna flip these, so it doesn't really matter. Book 5, we got Shredder in Hell, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is a retailer incentive cover. I think it was from, it has like a Torpedo Comics price tag on the top. So they had a valuation on this one at $30. The sold comps in this were actually $10 or less. I think I had 2 sold comps for $10, and there was one listed right now on eBay for $8. You can go buy this guy right now for $8. One thing I didn't pay attention to was grade on there, but most of these newer books, you know, this is super minty. It's got a couple spine ticks going down the side. I still wouldn't evaluate that at $30. I mean, I would say $10 at best. And then there's no book 6 for That Spiderman Booth, but our book 6 is sick. Another Nathan Zerdy signature Wonder Woman 750, right? Yeah, 750. Got another one of those guys. So that was our 6th sick book from Comics Elite Comics. All right, so now we're getting into our last box. I'll go ahead and switch out the Lady Deathstore book we had sitting up there. This one, I don't know a lot about it, man. I should have done a little bit of research on this before coming on here and talking about it, but I heard Billy talking about it. It's basically a Brian Pulido edition. So from the way I understand it, he has some copies of every book that he keeps for himself in his own personal collection. And every once in a while, I guess those get out to the collectors. And it actually says BP like on the cover, Chaos Rules #1 Emerald Gaze Edition. It's sick, dude. Check this cover out. Oh my goodness. It's got a cool certificate of authenticity on the back.
White snow, red sky, reach up for so high, blue eyes, fake cry, beware of the fox tonight.
Back. Says Coffin Comics publishes small batch serial numbered editions for collectors. Editions range from 8 to 1,500 copies per edition. BP editions, which range in numbers from 3 to 10 copies per select edition, are the personal copies of creator Brian Pulido. This document hereby certifies the authenticity of this BP edition, except no imitations. So it looks like this is 3 of 10, or they range from the number 3 to 10 copies only for Brian Pulido's personal copies. And this is one of them. So I feel like this book is super rare and it's super sick, dude. All right, we're gonna get into the last box here. All right, so last box for Comics Elite Comics and That Spiderman Booth. Book 1, we got Lethal Protectors. This again is a duplicate, super cool trade dress. All right, book 1 up from That Spider-Man Booth, we got Cable issue 58. There was none listed on eBay and one sold comp for $1. For $1. Book 2, moving right along. Book 2, Comics Elite Comics. We got another Hulk trade dress. Mike Deodato, I believe. We went over the numbers on that one. This X-Force issue number 1 varied edition with Domino on the front. This is actually really cool. I like this cover. They have the evaluation of there at $15 on it. There's one listed right now on eBay for $15, but the sold comps on it are more like $5 to $8. So you can get that for a lot less than $15 right now. Okay, book number 3, Comics Elite Comics, is another one of those Edge, was it Edge of Universe? Yeah, Edge of Universe number 1. I think that's a homage cover too. Super sick. Okay, so book number 3 coming out of Spider-Man Booth. We got E is for Extinction. This is actually kind of a cool cover. I don't know why I really like it. It's a dope cover, man. I dig it. It's cool. There was 2 or 3 of these listed, maybe a little bit more, but I know they ranged from $1 to $8 on the actual listings. But on actual sold comps, went as low as 50 cents on this guy, from like 50 cents to like $2 or $3 on that one. All right, book 4. We're gonna pull out book 4. We got another one of those Marvel 1000s, the Ryan Brown cover out of Comics Elite Comics. This one here, this is Amazing Spider-Man issue number 2. I think this was a, Unknown Comics exclusive edition as well. This one I couldn't find anything on. They had an evaluation of there at 15. This one escapes me, I can't really remember, but I remember it was hard finding exact comps. I think this book had a lot of covers, and I tried searching a couple different variations of this name. I couldn't really get any comps on it, but for the sake of this, we'll just say it was 15, but I couldn't really find anything on that one specifically. Okay, so book number 5 for my stacking up pretty big over here. Book number 5 is another one of those Vampirella number 1s, the Bill McKay with the certificate on the back. I think the other one was like $350 something of 400. This one's $328 of 400. So remember how I told you the Comics Elite, a lot of theirs are low print runs? This one's 400. Sick. Bill McKay too, super sick. And then we'll go with our number 5 book from That Spiderman Booth. This is issue 20 Venom variant edition. There was a couple listed on there from like $18 to $20, and I think one sold comp for 15 when they have 15 on there. So yeah, I feel like that's a fair evaluation of that. There's about 15 bucks on that one as well. And then since we're almost out of books, I'm gonna go ahead and just show the last one. Hey, I mean, give it up for Brian Pulido, man. God, that's so good. I don't know who did the art on that one either. Okay. This one is number 3 edition is what they call it. It's the lowest available number, one of a kind publisher file collection. So I'll read the back of it to you because it explains it a little bit more, but just look at this cover, dude. I mean, just look at it. Just check it out. Just look at it. I'm gonna just leave that there for a second. Anywho, so Coffin Comics publishes small batch serial numbered editions for collectors. Editions range from 8 to 1,500 copies per edition. The number 3 edition is the lowest number of the edition offered to the public at large. Historically, publisher Brian Pulido retains the numbers 0, 1, and 2 for his publisher file copies, though a few have reached collectors' hands from time to time. So basically what that means is when they have books, I don't know if it's every book, I'm assuming most books, but what this is telling me is that Brian Pulido is going to keep issue 0, 1, and 2. So issue number 3 is the first one that goes out to the public. So, and this book says right on the front, 3 of 366. So this is the lowest edition number that you can get for this book. Brian Pulido has the other one, 0, 1, and 2. That's what I get from that. That's my understanding. I think that's what that means. Mike DeBalfo on the cover of this one, Super sick. Love it. We're out of books for that Spider-Man booth, so I'm just gonna leave that up there. But we did have our book 6, which was another one of those Batman Detective Comics issue 1000s with the Don Mateig cover signature with the COA on the back. So super sick to have. Love that. Awesome. So at first, I actually had ordered some stuff from EconomicCon like weeks and weeks ago, and I still haven't got those. And I noticed there was a slab in my stack, and I just assumed maybe they realized I had another order and they just put it all together. But no, that is not the case. I'm not sure why I haven't got that other order yet. They're probably waiting on CBCS or CGC or something. I can't remember if I ordered some slabs in that one and maybe it's delaying it. I don't know. I'm gonna look into that. But this slab was in my box from Comics Elite Comics. So on the invoice, he just put a little note on there and said like, thanks for your business, I really appreciate it. Here's a bonus slab because you're awesome, basically. So that's sick, dude. I like this Harley Quinn. It's a Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy #1, Comics Elite exclusive variant. This is a key issue as well, the Floronic Man appearance, 9.8 white pages, CBCS. This is Don Mateig as well. Love it, dude. Super sick. Shout out to Sean over at Comics Elite Comics. Thank you very much for throwing this in, man. I mean, the value you're already getting in this box to get this on top of it, super sick. They were giving out prizes for certain tiers and certain stuff. It's a lot to explain. Check out Billy's channel, but they're giving out cool statues and other prizes too. This wasn't even part of that, guys. I didn't win any of the prizes. This was just because I ordered 4 boxes and they were like, you're awesome. So there you go. Super sick. Thank you guys again. I really appreciate it. All right, guys, so the moment we've all been waiting for, right? What's the value of everything? Let's break it down. I got my notes here. We're gonna deep dive. Okay, so basically on that Spider-Man booth boxes, these boxes are basically $30 a piece, right? If you order 2 or more, I think you get free shipping. So you definitely want to always order the 2 so you can at least get the free shipping. I ordered 4 boxes this time, and I think I had a code from like Jim Mint. Shout out Jim Mint, thank you, man. I had a code from him, so it lowered it down a little bit. But my total invoice for that Spider-Man booth 4 boxes on this one was $117.89. So for $118-ish, I got 4 boxes. Now I went through all those boxes, I did the evaluations, I looked up the sold comps, all that, what it's actually worth today. Some boxes were as low as $20, some boxes went up to $60. It varied, but we added it all up together. The total value from all 4 boxes put together was $165. So I spent $118, I have an estimated value of eBay fair market value, I guess, of $165. So was there value there? Yeah, there was. But if you're doing this strictly from a speculation standpoint, to take pictures of 20 different books, list them, eBay fees, all that, the profits are, you know, the value is very slim. You're going from 120 to 160, you got like $45 of value in there, maybe. But I'm just giving you guys the information, take what you will with it. I enjoy getting these boxes, but some of you guys may want to think about that. All right, now we got the Comic Tom 101 mystery mail call. So this box I paid exactly $35.99 for. It's on auto subscription, which shout out Comic Tom for doing that, because a lot of people forget to order those boxes. So when it's on auto recurring, you get it every month. I really like that. It also works in the other way too. A lot of people forget to cancel it and they just keep buying it and buying it. So it's a good way to have your customers on subscription. I would definitely do that if I was selling boxes. I think he raised the price on those though from $35.99 to a little bit more. Honestly, I'm not sure, but I know if you were on there before, you're kind of grandfathered in, so you're gonna have a little bit of a lower price. So if you guys go today to sign up for the mail call, you might be paying a little bit more. But the value of that box was $41. So I paid $35.99, and the total value of everything that was in that box was $41. And the most expensive one was this one. If you take this one out, I think all the other comics in there was less than $10, I think. $10 or $15 for all the rest of them. So it depends on how much you really want that exclusive, I guess, you know. And like I said, the Thor one did really well. I flipped that one on eBay, I think for like 60 or 70 bucks. So I got my full $35.99 back, and then like another $20, $30, and I had like 5 books for free. And they throw in different books here and there. You can get lucky and get a nice book in there and stuff like that. But I'm just giving you guys the facts. This is what it is. That's the box I got. I paid $35.99 for it. The value of it's $41, give or take. There you go. All right, so now moving on to Comics Elite Comics, the Truth Box. So these boxes, I believe, were $40 a box. If you're a sicko and you follow my guy Billy, you got an additional code which gave you, they said it gave you a percentage off, and I don't know if it's just because I ordered so many boxes or what, but I remember Billy saying that if you got one box and you put in the code after everything was said and done, you were gonna get, it was like $38 and some change. But I ordered 4 boxes, which gave me free shipping. I think on theirs, if you order over $100, you get free shipping. So you technically have to order 3 boxes before you get to the free shipping instead of 2, like that Spider-Man booth. But I think I got free shipping. So all in all, my order came out to like $160. With the code from Billy, it was a total of $140. So I got all 4 boxes with shipping, taxes, everything out the door, literally flat fee. It was exactly $140 even. And we go through all 4 boxes, including the slab, because you can't leave out the slab. This was not a prize. This was just thrown in with my boxes, right? So everything, all 4 boxes with the slab, the rough evaluation of those boxes was $514. Go back, check my math. I think I did it pretty close, but $140 spent turned into $514 value. So yeah, guys, I mean, the proof's in the pudding. You guys can do your own research. You guys can buy boxes that you guys want to buy. I support Comic Tom because of what he does, and being a YouTuber and all that stuff. It's hard to keep things going. I don't necessarily buy that box just to flip and make money on. I think he has some cool stuff in there, and I like supporting that box. Some of the other boxes, I mean, I might drop this box, honestly. I don't feel like there's a lot of value in that box, but I feel like it's give or take sometimes too. I feel like I've done other unboxings that I haven't necessarily filmed, and there was some fire in there and I got lucky. I don't know, man. That's your guys' call. Do with it what you will. But I know I'll be trying to pick up some more of these boxes. The only thing, like I said, might be a downfall is a lot of the books were older and not a lot of hype around them. So if you are trying to just buy a bunch of them and flip them, you might get stuck with some that don't really sell, or you might have to sit on it for a while to sell them. But a lot of the books that were in the Spider-Man booth box were old ass books too. You know what I mean? So, all right guys, well, I think I rambled on long enough. If you guys have any questions, drop them down in the comments below. Let me know what you guys thought about this video. I hope you enjoyed at least looking at some sick books. Be sure to subscribe, hit that like button, all that good stuff, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.
Sweet redemption, I will never let